What's up, Hellwig heads, Hellheads, Bigwigs? I don't have a name for you guys yet, but we'll figure that out later. Look, I don't take the power I have on this show lightly, okay? I understand that you guys don't know how to make decisions in your lives, and so you look to celebrities like me to tell you what to do. I get it. I live in Hollywood, and part of my job is telling you what to think and do because I'm a good person by virtue of doing something creative instead of having kids and shit. That's why if you want to be like me, you'll drink Magic Mind. I find it helpful in getting a leg up on my workday, which starts at 6:30 a.m. with me on the phones. Magic Mind gives me the edge. And yes, technically I have a day job, but just for fun because I'm a very successful comic and I make a lot of money from podcast sponsors and other stuff I can't explain, but it's totally real. Use my podcast code PodcastHell20. That's PodcastHell20. And visit magicmind.com/podcasthell. It's 20% off just for using my promo code. Radical Neon is a company in West Hollywood making custom neon LED signs like this. These babies pop. Just look at that baby behind me right now. Look at that pop. If you want a pop-in baby right now for a show you host, an event you're planning, or a flickering light for a motel where you're a manager and you murder people while they sleep, or maybe just something cool to put on your wall to impress whoever you're trying to bang, Radical Neon is your spot. Get 20% off using promo code PodcastHell. That's PodcastHell20. You can get 20% off just by using that at checkout, radicalneon.com. Remember, Radical is spelled RADIKAL, neon.com. You can also email them hello@radicalneon.com and just include the promo code PodcastHell20 in the body of the message. Get yourself a sign just like this. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Lastly, as always, it's the holidays. If you want to get me a gift, it's pretty simple. Tell a friend, tell a family member, anybody who likes comedy podcasts, you got to check out Podcast Hell. Send them a link. Helps me out a lot. I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Girl, we're about to go somewhere odd now. Times to rise and elevation starts to drop down. Our little secret, don't kiss and tell, you're so bad. I'll probably see you in hell. Welcome to hell, baby. This is Podcast Hell.
What's up, guys?
He's in a trance.
So it's just a sensory thing?
Yeah.
That's a cute.
There's so many podcasts that I have done that start with everybody looking
At the dog.
at the dog doing the slow sensory trance move. It's like an important thing for people to comment on, I feel.
It puts us in a trance. The podcasting trance.
I don't think people know what it is.
No, I definitely didn't until you just.
But luckily, you've explained it about 7 times on the podcast, so
Yes,
maybe your audience is filled in now.
You know what? You want to just pull out the list now?
Oh, did you bring another list?
Of course she brought a list.
You brought another list?
She always brings a list.
Oh, man.
And then I could do the bit where I try to steal it. But we've already done all this. So why don't you just start with the list?
No, that's okay.
Well, you know,
She's going to bring it. She's going to hit you with a list at your lowest moment.
No, I don't want to be hit with the list. This is my request, okay? Because it is my podcast. And this was $300. Courtesy of the good people at Radical Neon. Radical Neon. When you want neon, go radical.
That's pretty good.
That's not their slogan. I made that up. I also feel like
pay
I'm
you
like,
extra.
I'm
They
like,
are sponsoring the pod.
Do you want me to move? Oh, yeah.
No, I was just like, fucking. I'm gonna fall asleep while you guys do my podcast. Is that
Oh my
okay?
God, could you have invited more people to this podcast?
The 4 is the max.
Okay. I just feel buried. I feel like I'm going to do my
Well,
bit,
this is
so you bury me in people so that I don't have as much time to do my bit.
This is why I'm being your friend by saying do the list now. Because last time we built it up and it fucking sucked. So you gotta knock it out now.
Because you're burying me. The list only works when I'm alone with you and making you feel small. And now we have people who love and want to defend you. Andrew.
I don't like you.
No, we're not. She won't defend me either.
Before Andrew did the pod last time, you mispronounced his name, and I called him and
that?
I said, "Read him for filth for mispronouncing your name." And Andrew said, "I won't do that." What a lovely friend.
Thanks, man.
I think you pronounced it right. Like the day of. No.
It's Andrew Yurman Glaser.
Yeah. When we did the podcast, I think you did literally say it right.
No, I've pronounced it right since the day he pronounced it, and I just memorized it.
All right, great.
I corrected Rob like 2 months ago, and he was like, "What? We've known each other for like 15 years."
I was so happy to have you come back because when Rob was here, Rob was doing the trash me as the host move. And I did feel like you were like a very objective, like you enjoyed my pain as a good comic should. As a good comic should. That sounds like a fucking end of a song. No, but I felt like you were fair in your trashing. Liz, I fully expect you to side with Meredith on any fights.
I'm objective and I just tell it how I see it.
Yeah, I feel I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's right.
Doesn't everyone feel that way, that they're objective and
Just tell it how they see it. Yeah.
Do you feel that way?
That they're objective and
That you're objective.
and I tell it how it is.
tell how
Yeah,
it
but
is.
I do.
Yeah.
What's your list?
I don't feel like
It's a list of
I want the list, but I
grievances.
don't feel like I tell it the way it is.
No,
How do you
you
feel like
just
I
take
tell it the way I
dissenting
see
op-
it.
Isn't that the way it is, though?
Yeah, I guess that's true. I mean, it is my truth.
No, you like to play devil's advocate, and you'll just
do.
take the other position, even
I
if
love
you
to do that.
kind of believe what the person is saying.
Yeah, so we're not. That's
more
not.
fun.
That's not us telling
that's
it like
not
it is.
being objective.
But you're not telling it like it is all the time. There's no way they think they tell it like it is all
They
the
think
time.
they tell it like it is.
Do
all
I
the
tell it like it is though?
She does. She tells it like it, Liz.
Oh my God, we're doing puns today.
Easy, look at-
Liz sometimes tells like
You
it
know
is
what?
too
Only
much.
one person at this table has to fuck me, and it's the person laughing. So, boom. It's a good pun.
That's a good one.
have to fuck
That's
you. I
what
was
we
very
got.
clear. She chooses to fuck you, and that can
That's
change
also
it
true.
Okay, all right.
That's be the name of my podcast. Telling it like it, Liz.
Tell it like
Tell
it,
it like
Liz.
it, Liz.
Tell it like it, Liz.
Yeah. It's a
the
mouthful.
more we talk about it, it's a bad idea. Let's get into the list.
All right. Well,
The Lizst. Let's just do Liz
You
puns.
might need to see yourself out if this is going to continue.
this was a decoy in case Eric tried to steal my list.
Oh my God.
What's the
my
decoy?
real
Well
list.
played. Well played.
Is the decoy list different from the real
Literally
list?
says decoy.
Just a
Dumb
decoy.
shit
Eric
has done. Decoy, decoy, decoy,
Okay.
decoy.
How would you describe the content of the pod?
I don't know. I don't care.
Well, this is what I told it like it is on my episode. And I said it's just your video diary.
It's a video diary.
It's a video diary. And
Yeah.
you're like, I don't want you to prepare a bit because I want to keep it light and frothy and just whatever comes up, it's just us hanging.
Frothy?
You didn't say frothy, but I'm adding a little color. My husband calls me hyperbolic. All right.
I like frothy.
Frothy.
I only picture, the only time I ever think of frothy is my urine.
Ew.
What's
God. Well,
only
I have to-
frothy
do you have a pen? I have
urine?
to add that
I
to
don't
the
like
list.
the word
When else would it be frothy?
frothy beer, frothy
Maybe like
like
a-
latte.
Frothy. Yeah,
Like a
I was thinking
whisk- I was
cappuccino.
thinking like a whisk.
Yeah, frothy
Whisking
egg whites.
something.
Yeah,
Frothy
sure.
light conversation.
I
It
never
doesn't
want
get
it
appropriate.
Frothy in conversation is that's not right.
No.
Well,
I
do you
don't-
want to hear some of the frothy topics that you've brought up in your past pods?
Sure.
All right. Do you guys want to guess what pod it was?
No.
No.
Oh my God. All right, fine.
You have such high expectations of this list. Like everybody else has been like listening to episodes.
No, I
where
don't have high expectations.
Liz has listened
I
to
spent
no.
so much of my day working on this, and every time I come on, I'm like, yeah, Eric doesn't like it. Nobody likes it, but I do it because
Yeah.
afterwards, you're always like, the audience likes it.
The
And I'm
audience
putting-
does like
I'm
it.
putting in effort here.
Fucking know what's wrong with the
you.
audience.
You're getting comments that they like the list.
They like my list, so I worked so hard on the list. I'm not getting any followers from your goddamn pod.
I've gotten a couple people who don't like the list, but they're obviously still listening to the
But
whole episode
outrage
too.
It's
gets
polarizing.
engagement.
Yes.
So
You're the one who said that the other day. Enragement is engaged.
Enraged means
Enragement
engaged.
means
Enragement.
frothy engaged.
Okay, here are some of the great topics of conversation that Eric's had on
Big
this.
wind
So,
up. Big wind up.
For Jay Light, you said, were you like a religious kid? And then 10 minutes after that, you said, I don't know why we're talking about God for the first 12 minutes of the podcast. Maybe it's because you asked about God. And then here's another gem. I grew up Catholic. Do you still practice or no? Oh, that's a second topic talking about. Now there are two people staring at me. It's so much funnier when it's you and me sitting alone in a room and I'm making you feel like an idiot.
This is-
And now
you
the
are-
two of them are like, we don't even watch it. We don't know anything about this pod. Please listen.
You have
You're having a-
come in here with a victim mentality, and it is affecting your list. I mean, this is You're going 0 for 3 with the list. This is
0 for 3. No,
Yeah,
it's 1 for 1.
all right. 1 for 3. Whatever.
I killed you the first time.
I guess.
No, you did. He got to him.
I
It
got
did-
to
it
him
did-
because you
it
were
pissed
alone.
me
Which is
off.
why you brought in the backup.
I didn't bring in backups. I just invited them to the show. But yeah,
Is this why you said whatever Meredith does with a list, don't like it?
That was
Were the
why I
mics
said
not
that.
on?
Yeah,
Liz? Were the mics not on this whole time?
No, I don't know. My thing was like.
Well, talking to the microphone.
Add it to the list.
Yeah, everybody's thing is.
was like.
Well, don't pull it out.
Hey, remember how you told one of your guests that we eat a certain amount of spiders in our sleep?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's not real.
I think that's real.
I
No,
think
it's
it's
not real.
real.
I've looked it up. It's not
I
real.
think that's real.
I think
fact-checked.
it's real.
How do you fact check that?
Well, I can fact check it right now.
No, this is a podcast rule.
No fact
No
checking.
fact checking on the pod.
I thought it was one
we
fact
live
check.
we live in the moment, and the people fact
And we
check
spread
us.
misinformation.
Yes,
I have heard the spider thing, and I think it's true.
I'm sure at some point we all eat a spider in our
Right.
sleep.
I wake up and eat spiders.
What do you mean you're sure of that? Why would a spider crawl into your mouth and then be like, I'm going to stay here long enough for you to swallow me?
What do you mean? Because they're fucking dumb spiders. They
'Cause
don't
it's
know
a-
what they're
yeah,
doing.
Spiders are notoriously not dumb.
What are you talking
What do you
about?
what?
Babe.
Babe's
Babe
a
wasn't a
pig.
spider.
No,
Not Babe.
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Wait, no, wait, Charlotte.
Babe.
Who's the pig?
Babe is the pig.
Babe.
Babe is.
You're
is
thinking
Babe
of
the pig?
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web, but Babe
Yeah.
isn't the pig in Charlotte's Web.
No, Babe is the pig and Babe.
Some pig.
This list sucks.
You know what's not on the list? I put the list away. Your podcast sucks, okay? It's not the list anymore. Now it's your
No,
podcast.
you brought up the spiders thing, and all of us have agreed that we
happened.
swallow 8 spiders a night. That is the fact, and it can't be researched.
All right. Well, I
So-
spent a lot of time re-listening to old podcasts just to get the times that you said dumb shit and write it down. And then I was like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, you gave yourself homework.
I gave myself homework. I didn't want to do it. But now I'm sitting here being like, I know all the dumb shit you said. And maybe that's just for me. Maybe it's just for me to know what times during your podcast you said dumb things. And now I feel mean. I'm a nice lady.
You should do a counter podcast to Eric's podcast.
Yeah.
I thought about that. That would be more fun.
Podcast heaven. And it's just reviewing this podcast. Man, the listenership on that would be so low. I feel like you would start to your body would start to cave in on itself. Like you would start traveling back in time for the lack of interest of.
I would start listening to that one though.
Right?
It would be fun.
Rage podcast.
You'd
I would
start a whole
What
podcast
if
tell
my
universe.
What if my podcast outdid your podcast?
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
That'd be so
I
funny.
would go to the highest building
No. You'll start
and
getting.
fly like an eagle.
You'll start getting like spill off viewership because hers is so popular.
Wait a second. I'm not getting spill off.
Yeah, he'll get
She's
spill
getting
off.
my spill off.
No.
And then you would get
She's
the
gonna
spill
be
off from
so
her.
popular that you're gonna start getting.
People will be like, what is she even referencing?
Yes, exactly. People are gonna be. I guess I have to watch podcast.
Guys, thank you so much. This is getting to him. I really appreciate it. The list is back, baby.
This would be the shittiest art anybody could make, to make a response podcast
I love it.
to my already flailing podcast.
If you promise to do 50 episodes, I'll buy you a podcast heaven.
you have to use my promo for
course.
the sign.
Yeah, 100%.
If you do that and he buys you the sign, I'll sign off on it. I'll give you
We don't
my.
want you to sign off on it. It's a renegade podcast.
Well, I can claim copyright.
He could sue, I think, but
could sue.
No, actually, it would be protected under
Parody.
law.
Yeah, commentary.
Commentary. You're a lawyer, right?
No,
but Liz can be very litigious when wronged.
it's true.
I almost want. I just recently wanted to get a lawyer.
Oh, really? For
Yeah.
what?
So I gamble on this stupid app called Prize Picks. Do you know Prize Picks?
I've heard of it. I don't
It's
use it.
stupid. It's a over/under parlay thing. Whatever. I tried to take my money off recently, take some of my money off, and I couldn't. The feature
What?
was broken, and I reached out to them being like, "Hey, what the fuck? I want my money." And they were like stonewalling me. It was like it's been 4 or 5 days,
Scam.
and I was like, "Yeah," and I'm like, I literally today got it back. Doing something else though, but I was like, I want to talk. This has got to be. How is this not like a $10 million lawsuit right now? Like, hey, you're.
Damn.
Anyway,
You owe me money, you won't give it to me?
I think that's an
Right.
issue with like Bitcoin too, that people struggle to get their money out sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you like, can't you just sell your
I don't
Bitcoin?
know about Bitcoin. There are like some scammy cryptocurrencies,
Yeah.
but not Bitcoin.
Bitcoin's the real deal.
Are you big in Bitcoin?
No, I am
What's
not.
the one that you have in your house?
Oh, I have a it's not I have a helium miner in my house, but it's not helium anymore. It's something else. My friend gave it to
Oh,
me.
so you're mining crypto?
Yeah, but again, my friend bought this thing and was like, if you plug it in your house, I'll give you half of whatever it produces and I'll take half. And I was like, okay.
All right.
It has, and I'm like, but how much energy is it going to cost? And he's like, it'll be like about running a light bulb for a year. So then I Googled how much am I spending running a light bulb for a year, and it's like $10 or $11. I have not come close to making that. And the last time he lives in New York, the last time he was here, I was like, take the miner. Like, I don't want it. Take it with. And he was like, I can't. How am I going to put it in my bag? He's like, I can't. So now it's still plugged in my house.
Well,
So you're just taking a $8 to $9 loss on that.
Really closer to like $10 to $10.50 loss. Yeah.
So you've made less than $1 on the currency.
I've made like a $2 to $4 over the last like 2 years.
oh
I'd
my
say.
God.
Yeah.
That's not, well, just unplug the thing.
I'm losing money on
Why
it.
don't you
Stop
just,
mining it.
yeah.
It's funny to me that like, it's funny. It's like
a
a
$10 bit.
Is there like another thing? Like, is it hefty? Does it have weight?
No, it's like a router. It's like a black router, like a looks like a
It's
rectangle.
So boring.
Yeah. Well, there's also an antenna which looks like a white fluorescent, like 2.5 foot light. So
Yeah.
that's a little more exciting, I guess. But yeah, it's
They should at
stupid.
least make it in like a fun shape.
Does it light up every once in a while and go, you bind things?
I
or
wish.
it's like a mine collapse.
It's like bzz. I think it just buzzes.
That would be worse. Remember we got that card. Somebody got a card in our family that was like the singing card.
Oh.
And it's been in the freezer for like 3 years, but it's still singing.
What? Why do you put it in the freezer?
It's
Keeps
like
the battery.
no, so that
There's
you
like
don't have to
there's
hear
like
it.
a prank card, one of those singing cards. You know, you open it up, except there's one where it never stops, even if you close it. No, they just threw it away. It's not in the freezer.
It was in the freezer for a while.
Oh, okay.
Wait, not to preserve it, just to not hear it. Rather
not
than
hear
break
it.
the card, they were like, let me put
I
this
don't-
in
you
the
can't-
freezer.
I
If
don't
you
think-
break it, like ink spills out or something like
That's
that.
not true at all.
No, it explodes. it's an explosive
You'll
device.
lose an arm if
Yeah,
you
it's not worth it.
What a waste.
put
It was in the
The
freezer.
world is such a waste right now. We're mining crypto and doing prank cards. I'm in a great mood, guys.
I think we're
What are
just,
we doing? What's up? I mean, really?
I
think
disagree with you. I think we're just having fun.
It's the best part of the world, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, dear God.
It is fun to be. We were talking before the show because we're all buddies. We were chatting before the show about being. What's the thing where you just say the opposite?
Contrarian.
Contrarian. It is fun.
It's very fun.
It
Totally.
should. It should be done more. Do you
Yeah.
do it often?
Yeah, I think that's my default personality.
Yeah.
That's
It's
why
contrarian.
so many people hate me. Yeah. Yeah.
So many people hate you?
Yeah, I feel like I can rub people the wrong way.
What's your? If you give your overall percentage, somebody meets you and interacts with you for longer than an hour, what percentage of people would you say go not hate but go not for me?
89%.
That is-
Wow, that's high.
Contrarian right now. He has so many
Come
friends.
on, that's not true.
It's disgusting.
94%?
No, come on.
I think 2% of people want or are willing to hang out with me again.
It's 1 in 50, dude.
1 in 50 if it's 98%. Is that what you're saying?
If you're saying 98% of people would talk to you and then not want to talk to you again,
1 in 50? It's not, maybe it's not that low, but it is close to that. If you met 50 people, how many people would want to hang out with you?
I think a lot of people would want to hang out with me. I have an ego. I think I'm very charming.
You are very charming.
I think I'm very charming. I think I can shift into whatever the group I'm with.
You're good at
You
giving-
can more
you're
if
good
I
at
want
giving
to.
people
You
what
can
they want.
shapeshift, literally.
Don't you think you're good at giving people what they want?
I'm good at giving people what I want. I'll tell you what, I'm about to get something I don't want. Why did Meredith hand
I just
you the
wanted
list?
she asked me if I wanted to see it, and I said yeah.
She seemed bored by the math conversation.
yeah, I
so.
have math dyslexia, so I checked out.
What's
Okay.
that called? I was trying to think
Dyscalculia.
Dyscalculia.
Like
Lizst-
numbers dyslexia.
Oh, for real? That's a thing?
yeah.
There's a
okay.
great Doctor Who about
Sorry.
it.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Dyscalculia.
It's actually, it's funny. I feel like that's a thing that I am good at.
Numbers?
I guess like simple-ish numbers though. And like, it's interesting. Like,
yeah.
what's it called again?
Dyscalculia.
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 Yeah, like like flip, like if I'm writing down a sequence of numbers, I'll flip numbers in order. I can't do simple arithmetic. I need
It's
to like
pretty
count on
common.
my fingers. Yeah.
But doesn't happen with words and letters.
No, usually a lot of times people who have dyscalculia are like really good with words.
When were you diagnosed with that?
Like after I finished the last math class I ever took in college.
God. Oh my God.
You took math in college?
I took a class. It was a gen ed. I took a
Okay.
class called Math for Life, which was for people like me.
What was that class?
It was like counting change. Yeah.
So it sounds like they diagnosed you pretty well.
And I got a B plus.
There you go. You were cured. You were cured of
So wait, then when were you? How? I'm sorry.
no.
Then I I can't remember. I like heard about dyscalculia somewhere, and I started researching it. And I like took a like self-assessment. There was no point in getting formally diagnosed because I was done with school. But like I did self-assessments, and they were like, "Yeah, you have it."
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I cut you off?
Well, I was just gonna say it's a fascinating term, dyscalculia.
Yeah.
There's a similar one where it's about not wanting to get propositioned by older comics. It's called "Don't Call Dalia." Similar, but
Trying to see if she loves
Why
it. She
are
does
you in
love
a
it.
fun mood today?
She does love it.
Killing me.
"Don't Call Dalia." Come on, come
You
on.
never do puns. You hate puns.
I don't really like
I've
puns.
never heard
but my
you do
wife,
puns.
my wife likes puns, and you know what? My wife, Liz, enjoys.
Thanks for clarifying. It wasn't me.
Enjoys some of my bad jokes too. So there's as long as she laughs, I don't really care if
She
it's
loves
good
you
or
so
bad.
much. I'm sorry I was so mean.
It's okay. You got to forgive yourself. I don't want to know what else is on the list, but obviously you fucking you fucking hit your tail and ran, so it can't be good. It can't be good on there.
Fine. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
middle of the road list.
They're valid. They're valid grievances.
Liz doesn't like anything with numbers
They're
include.
things I've noticed. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, things you've noted that are wrong with it. Don't make me self-conscious.
I'm not. No.
Yeah.
I don't like numbers in that. What?
Like if I ask you to rank something, she'll get annoyed with me.
Sure.
Sure.
I don't know if that has to do. Maybe it has to do.
Maybe, I don't know.
I love ranking things. I grew up in a
hate ranking
household.
things.
My dad, like you and my dad should never meet. My dad will be like, what's the best hamburger in New York? And you'll be like, oh, and you'll say your favorite hamburger. And he goes, wrong. And then he tells you the best hamburger in New York, according to him. And then he's like, second best. And then he just starts ranking them. I'm
Yeah, I like a
hilarious.
good list.
I don't mind other people ranking things. Just don't put me in that position.
sure.
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
I don't know what happened.
You didn't rank something wrong in front of someone. And they
No,
were like,
I don't think there was any formative
Does anyone else in your family have this?
dyscalculia.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not that I know of. My brothers were good in school. My mom was good in school. My dad definitely had undiagnosed ADHD, like 1,000%. And it's all kind of similar neurodivergencies. Yeah.
it's such a good word too. And we only
I don't
say
even know if
dyslexia.
here's the thing, I don't even know if I'm
Dyscalculia.
saying it
I think
right.
that's right.
Dyscalculia.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Do I
why
need to do the Dalia pun again?
Please.
I know I said that one right. It was, if you don't want to get propositioned by an older
God.
comic, it's called "Don't Call Dalia."
It's a hard. That's actually a hard.
hurt my jokes, but it's also hurting your jokes.
It's all right. It's all right. It is what it is. We're doing a good job of not talking over each other on the podcast, by the way.
That's lovely. Good job, guys.
This is a polite crew.
You
I
get
feel.
you get 4 men in here, and it's like fucking dick measuring contest 2007, right?
Or 2, 3 men plus my husband.
Your husband isn't
Oh
a
my
man?
God.
No, I just mean.
Sweet Lord. Good.
That's not what I meant.
That's exactly what you said.
No, I mean my husband talks over everybody. I mean any 3 men plus my husband. It'll be talking over people.
Who heard what?
I
Who heard what
you
I heard?
Oh God.
It's all right.
You're gonna pay
You know,
for it on Monday.
He's the manliest man I've ever met.
Someone's sleeping on the couch.
Ay, vey.
Her weak ass fucking husband. Sounds like.
Go to the couch. I made a mistake. I can't look at you.
Oh, my husband is such an aggressive man. That was the whole point. Should I just cry
He's an
on this
aggressive
podcast?
man?
He's not an aggressive man in real life, like to me, but on a podcast, I feel like he's the embodiment of aggressive man on a podcast.
Yeah, sure.
He takes over this pod when he's on it.
Yeah.
He thinks it's funny to start. He's like, all right, let's do a bit. And I'm like, we don't do bits on this. Okay, this isn't like, all right, we're in a supermarket now and you're a turtle. Like, no, that's not podcast hell. You want that horse shit, you go to the Rob Stern show.
That actually sounds really funny. Should we do it?
We should
No,
do
we're
that
not
next
doing
one.
it.
Oh, look at all this cereal on
I'm serious,
sale.
Meredith. I will cut your mic. And I have to pay for a new one afterwards. No, you don't like, I was saying you don't like ranking.
I don't.
Do
Do you want to tell them the story?
Yes.
That's what you're segueing into. Go for it.
Well, I wasn't necessarily going to say.
You were
I was
gonna
I was
into
going
it.
to feel you out.
Just go ahead.
I asked, what did I say? What did I
We
say?
were watching The Golden Bachelor,
Okay.
and Eric said, hottest women on the show, rank them.
Eric.
And I said, hang on though, because he might get you on this. I said, that's so offensive. I'm not gonna rank them. God, it never ends for women. These women are in their 70s and they're still being judged by.
And then I said, well, it is a show where at the end, an old guy lines up the women, ranks them, and then cuts them off the show based on who he doesn't like. So maybe we shouldn't be watching
The
it.
whole show is just ranking women. It's just you get a rose, get out of here.
And she
And
gave
I was
it
like,
to me.
you got it. That's a fair
nothing-
point.
So
You
did you
got
rank
me.
them?
No.
No, she still wouldn't
I
rank
still
them.
can't. I'm still bad at ranking things.
She can watch them be ranked, but she doesn't want to do the
Who
ranking.
did you rank as number one?
Teresa,
Teresa was hottest.
the one that won.
Interesting.
She had an interesting way of kissing. We talked about it. She fruit bats.
This is a thing Eric made up.
You ever
What's
heard of
that?
a fruit bat?
Yeah, the animal.
The animal.
Yeah,
yeah.
Also the way of kissing.
that I've never heard.
He made it up.
I made it up. But I'm going to start it. It's when you kiss and then you like turn your head and like you just move. You kind of like cling on to the person. It's a fruit bat.
Okay.
How would you describe the animal you kiss like? Liz?
Old moose. Old
Very lippy.
dead wolf. That's a fun game. Let's go around. What animals do we kiss like? AYG.
Oh God. Hold on. Let me think.
Take your time. We're not on a podcast. Really breathe it in.
An ostrich that's had too much coffee?
Oh, you're like are you a pecker?
No, I don't think I'm a pecker. Are ostriches peckers? I guess they are.
I think I picture an ostrich being very like, long neck.
Yeah, ostrich is definitely not the most.
I don't know. Someone else go.
You tell me.
I don't know. What do I say to
I don't
not
know.
get in trouble
I don't know.
here?
I think there's no good answer.
A lovely
swan.
a swan, a bluebirds,
Beautiful peacock.
yeah,
But like,
a
all
lioness.
birds.
a lion. Yeah, maybe like
There
a
we go.
lion.
That's the right answer.
I'd say I would probably
Lioness.
say save husband answer solid lioness. Yeah.
There we go.
Real answer would probably be no. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Some kind of hungry monkey. You know?
You go hungry monkey.
Yeah. When do I get that banana?
You go. Oh, Meredith, how could you? Not on this podcast. This is for kids.
Oh yeah.
It's a kids podcast.
Don't call Dalia.
This is a children's podcast.
Maybe that's why your viewership is low,
Probably
because
why.
you keep putting commercials on children's shows for it.
Aren't you gonna do? You said you were gonna do like children's stuff.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
did a children's podcast. Your wife also did the children's podcast.
When?
A couple weeks ago.
What?
I told you about it.
Yes.
It's a good podcast.
No, I remember.
Oh boy.
Spaghetti fuck.
No, I love kid stuff. Kids have all of the wonderment of the world. They're learning things about the world. You can actually like be creative and funny to them without them having like any kind of prejudgment. Yeah, Andrew hates kids.
Hate them.
Especially his own.
Yeah.
Stupid kids.
Yeah, Lucille's jaded.
Do you really not like kids that much?
No, I like kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't you were a babysitter?
He has a baby.
I was a nanny. I have a kid now.
Should
You
I
know
not
that.
have named your kid?
I know he has a
No, you
kid,
can
but
say
I'm
that.
saying before that he was like watching
I
kids.
see.
Yeah.
So that would be more, there's plenty of people who have kids who hate kids.
But that
Sure.
was work. You know, you
get
got to
paid.
take what job. No, I'm kidding. I very much do like kids, and
That's not true because I remember meeting the kid.
Yeah, he's
and
great.
You guys were like,
yeah, we're gonna
You guys
hang
are
out in a
friends.
couple weeks. Yeah,
yeah. How old
How's
is he now?
college going?
He's in college right
my
now.
God.
He's 18. Yeah,
Where's he going?
I don't want to say. I don't want to say. Right?
Yeah, like,
Are you
let's just
serious?
dox-
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't need to dox someone every single
It's
episode.
not doxing to be like, what college is
No,
he?
it's just like not my.
Story to tell?
Yeah, no, that's
Is it a big state school?
no,
He just wants to segue this into sports.
I don't know if they have a D1 football
no
team.
D2
Which is on the
Okay.
or D3. It might even be D3.
Yeah, then in that case, I don't
A
care
small
where he,
liberal
I don't
arts,
even care where
yeah.
he goes. I just want to know if he goes to like Purdue.
Did I ever tell
he
you
doesn't go
how
to
my
Purdue.
college has the it was on ESPN for the longest running tie of 0 ever in sports?
What
what
was
game?
what game?
It was like
What
a D4
sport?
like polo match, and nobody
Skidmore?
scored anything. Skidmore.
Wow.
It was like
Wow.
really embarrassing.
Skidmore is a terrible name for a college,
Skidmore,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, everyone's like skid marks, but it's like it
Yeah.
gets old. It's like not that funny.
Yeah,
It's not that funny, but it's pretty much the same word.
You know what's a good comeback though is to be a rich fucking liberal arts school.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, go fuck yourself. We're gonna go back into our like castle over here.
Well, the people who make money off it, yeah, but for the people who go there and then go into debt because they can't get a job with their
Well, like, my
English
first-
philosophy degrees.
No one who goes there goes into
My
debt.
first friend
Is that true?
Yeah,
I
my
don't
first
think
friend
so.
at Skidmore, his parents gave him like $400 for a winter coat because he'd never needed a winter coat before, and he bought a fur coat because his parents worked for the W administration in Romania. Whoa, that's the kind of people going to Skidmore.
What,
it was
what
a
is
culture shock. for
What's a
Meredith.
winter coat cost?
A winter coat?
These
Solid
days.
winter coat?
Depends
Good
on where
winter.
you're buying it.
Are we going to Burlington?
Are you saying
If you're going to
$400 is not that
Burlington.
expensive?
I would be like, isn't
Maybe
it?
it was more than that. Maybe it was 1,000. I don't know. I don't know.
Look, if we're
It
hitting
was
up,
also 40 years ago. When
was
were you?
40 years
so,
ago.
if we're hitting up BCF, Burlington Coat Factory, you get yourself a solid winter coat for
$250?
$13.
No way. The Burlington?
All
No
you-
way.
all you-
At Burlington, you get a coat
Yeah.
for like $20-$30 bucks.
Oh, yeah.
No
You can get
way.
cheap
You guys-
coat.
Cheap ass coats.
I'm
You
not
guys,
kidding.
look it up. Get
No,
your
I
phone.
bought my
Nobody
winter
look it
coat
up.
from Burlington for like $25 bucks.
Look, you go to Burlington, you have to fist fight 5 homeless guys on the outside,
That's
stab somebody on the way in, and then they force feed you spiders. But once you're through the gauntlet, you get yourself a coat for $13.
There is no way it's under 240.
How much was my suit?
Are you? No, it's way under $240 for sure.
A
Dude.
winter coat? A good winter coat?
Yeah. From Burlington?
Look, when you
Yeah.
keep saying
The Burlington
when you
Coat
keep
Factory.
Yes.
saying good winter coat, like are you talking like embossed in like gold threads from like the fucking
when I say winter,
Sultan?
no, I'm saying like it good
Keeps you
for a
warm.
good winter, like a hardy coat, like
Hardy, frothy
an
coat.
upstate New
A hard
York
frothy coat.
Like where I come from, it would be good coat for the winter. Like that's like not a LA winter coat. That's like this is a winter coat here.
No,
Yeah, the
you
gla-
can,
No,
you
a
can get
real
it
winter
definitely
coat.
for under $100. A
The-
good winter coat from Burlington.
The Yurman Glassers have always
Definitely
been
under
hardy coat
100
people.
for sure.
There's no what hardy people
I said you've been hardy coat people from going back generations.
for sure.
I don't know what this disbelief. You clearly haven't walked into a Burlington Coat
Where are you
Factory
from?
recently.
Rochester, New
Oh,
York,
okay, yeah, it
originally.
gets
He's
cold
so
up there.
proud of it too.
Yeah, won't shut up about their minor league baseball team.
And he's just like, we have so many
The
people
Red
in
Wings?
Rochester.
Yeah,
The Rochester Red Wings.
pretty good. Are you rocking Red Wings right now?
No, I wish.
He did
Yeah.
segue to sports. You're right.
I did what?
Going to sports.
Oh.
Where does that kid go to school? Name it. He feels pressure. Don't feel pressure.
I'm not gonna do it.
I went to a middle school concert last night.
Why?
That sounds terrible.
A relative was performing in it.
Thank
What
God.
school?
Yeah, what if it was just like sounded like a good time?
Just wanted to go see some kids. You're like,
I
all
wasn't
right.
gonna bring it up because I did think Eric would ask me what school, and I'd be like, I can't possibly.
I'm not going to
you.
tell what school.
I don't remember the name of it. I just showed up, but they're an award-winning choir.
Wow.
yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
and the kid you knew was in the choir?
Yeah,
That's nice.
Award-winning.
What are their
That's cool. What
names,
was the
first,
award?
last, and where do
What
they
awards?
live?
Best among other 11-year-olds? I don't know. What
Yeah, what was the
awards? are you
award?
I
winning?
don't know, but apparently they were invited to like St. Peter's Basilica
Wow.
in Rome.
Amazing.
This guy does not fucking buy it for what?
What?
These kids can't sing. You can't get a good call for under 250.
The fucking Pope is like, oh my God, people, those 12-year-olds can sing. Invite them to Rome.
Like Dracula.
They had choreography.
I want to see them sing.
I was just so surprised at how tall 12-year-olds are now.
Really?
Have you seen a 12-year-old recently?
Well, they've always been that tall. You just, when you were 12, you're seeing it through your own
It was
prism.
crazy.
Now you're a giant.
I guess. I did go to the bathroom and I was like, oh, I am much taller than these people. And then there was a lot of hot goss in the ladies' bathroom about
Like
what
what?
was going on with the middle school. Like there's clearly a cool girl that came in and everyone got quiet and was just like, I love your dress.
Thank God you said hot goss. Sounded like you were going to say it. Plus, there were a lot of hot guys there. And I was going to be like, it's you keep saying things that
saying
almost
the wrong
sound
things.
like other things.
I agree.
What's your list of grievances with me, Eric?
Oh, do you have a list?
Do you have a list of grievances with me?
He thinks her husband isn't a man.
No,
That's his number one grievance.
Cruises for guys at middle school
Oh
orchestra.
my God. No, I do. This is one of those things where, like, after I leave here, I will text all of you. I'm sorry that I was in that mood.
It's you're not in a your
Thank
mood
you.
isn't striking us. I don't mean this like you're always in a bad mood. Your mood seems the same as it always is. I don't think your bad mood registers to other people as much as it
No one
does in
ever
your own
Everyone
head.
always gets really mad at me for apologizing for my bad mood, but I do feel bad that I'm not constantly entertaining the people I care about.
Did
You
we-
are entertaining.
Who says you're not entertaining us, though?
Yeah.
You are
Oh.
entertaining us.
No, I don't know. I just want to be on, you know? Don't you guys, we're all performers. Don't you want to be on?
You're just
You
like
seem pretty on.
you just seem
I'm
like
on something.
yeah. You brought a fucking list. You're more on than anybody else.
You brought a decoy list.
I'm most proud of the decoy list.
Yeah, you're on.
Did you copy and paste or just write decoy 300 times?
She wrote it. She wrote it. Last time she was here, Rob was like, she woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning to make that list.
True, yeah.
Like she was because we did an early morn pod.
Yeah, but I had nothing because I hadn't been taking notes because I didn't expect to be asked back. I had nothing.
Is Rob's worst fear us talking about Rob for the entire podcast?
I don't know. You would know better than I would.
I mean, he definitely doesn't want me to talk about him. Apparently, I always say the wrong thing. So.
I don't know. I think he'd be fine with it. I mean, look, we're all friends. Everybody's been on this podcast. I've had everybody on a million times. So it's like I want my listeners to like I don't have to even tell them who Rob is. Like
Yeah.
they know who Rob is.
Well, because they're listening to Podcast Heaven all the time.
Podcast heaven. Yeah.
Not this one. No.
We cross it out. We don't even, it's the same, but it's crossed out. You can still see
Even the
hell.
fake idea of this fucking podcast
Sounds
is
great.
annoying to
Getting
me.
to you.
Sounds
It's
so
What?
great.
It's
so
getting to
good.
me.
I think it's hilarious.
I
So
don't
funny.
like it.
Would you guys be guests?
I would be a guest.
totally.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Be so
I don't have to
fun.
listen to Podcast Hell, though, right?
No,
I could
definitely
just come
not.
on, like,
God.
Yeah, and I won't play clips because I don't want to give him the time. You
Good.
know?
Yeah,
But I'll
nice.
just tell you the stuff that happened.
Oh my! So you're not even gonna
summarize it.
fucking reference my show? That is, this is the worst. This is not fun. We're not having a good time.
I'm so sorry, and I will
What's
text
your
you that
shirt?
later.
Don't text. You just. I want you to.
Oh, I'll call you.
Swallow the feeling. Just go gulp.
I'd like you to write me a letter.
Okay.
I'd like you to. Oh, never mind.
I knew what you were gonna say.
What are you going to say?
I was just say, take me on a walk.
Take you on a walk. One time Eric made me mad, and so I took him on a walk, and I was just like, I want to talk to you about this thing that made me mad. I thought that was a really healthy, mature thing to do, and Eric and Rob have brought it up every
Every day.
time
Yeah.
we raise our voices to each other, which is every time we interact.
Do you guys need to go on a walk?
And Eric shuts
I
down,
don't
the
wanna-
light behind his
What
eyes.
did you say?
dims.
That
We don't want to go into it.
No, we resolved it. It wasn't that big a deal. It was
Yeah.
just something we needed to walk about.
Just needed a walk.
Well, what you guys
See, there's the like.
Well,
going
what-
out of
Just
your
took me
eyes.
on a walk.
Look, you brought it up, and also like I would much prefer.
I regret bringing it up so much.
No, I'm changing the topic. I have friends that when someone pisses them off and does something terrible, like Eric did. No, when someone pisses them off, instead of dealing with it, they're like, we just move on and we
bury
continue
it.
to be friends with those people. And I'm like, either I'm not your friend anymore, or we hash it out. Like either
Or we
we're
go
close
for a
enough that-
walk.
It is a sign of how close I feel to you that I want to hash it out.
That's true.
Because there are people that'd be like, we're just done being friends now.
No walk?
No walk.
No,
I'd get a walk.
It was a walk
You
to.
get a
It was a
walk and a
walk to
half.
remember for sure. Not the lovely Mandy Moore
I just
film.
keep looking at you every time he makes a pun because I'm like,
She does.
eh?
She likes it.
I
You
do
like
like
it.
Liz, do you bury it when someone wrongs you?
Because
You looked at me like, don't ask
No,
me.
she
about
remembers though.
do I bury it when somebody wrongs me?
No.
Eric? No.
You.
Here's the thing. It takes a lot for somebody to do to make me feel wronged. So when I feel wronged, like I am usually 100% right. And the
'Cause you
other
tell it like it is.
person, because I tell it like it is, and the other person knows it.
Okay.
And they either go hide from me in shame or they apologize right away.
Yeah, Liz.
No walks necessary.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
No, Liz holds a grudge to remember.
I
Once-
will hold. If you don't apologize and you avoid me, I will hold a grudge.
Do
Yeah.
you know if you, like, when you say if you don't apologize, would I know that I've wronged you?
Yeah. Yes. Like when I feel wronged,
You
like
let someone know.
it's not
No,
even
it-
like it's like they were so wrong, and it's it's not like a petty misunderstanding. It's like I give people the benefit of the doubt a lot, and I give out a lot of second, third, fourth, fifth chances.
She does. I'll be like, this person's a piece of shit. She's like, maybe they were, like we'll be driving and somebody will drive like a complete asshole. And I'll be like, I'll fucking kill your family. And she's like, maybe their wife is going to the hospital and giving birth. Like she is that person. But once it switches
So
to
if
like
I've
you've done something
been
wrong,
wronged, you fucked up, and you know you fucked up.
she'll greystone you.
I feel like I'm
that?
pretty hard to
No, that's not
wrong
what I.
Liz will
well, that's
greystone you.
only
Greystone.
that's a separate.
That's a
step.
separate thing.
What is
I feel like
Gray rocking.
Gray rocking is after
That's after
you've cut them.
I've been wronged. The person did not apologize, and they know that they were wrong, but they didn't apologize. Then I just
They go to Gray Rock Town.
What is that?
This is in
Grey Rock?
Long Island.
Gray Rock Town is Gray Rock Town is one of my favorite things that I've learned from my wife.
it's typically a tactic used on people with narcissistic personality disorder,
Oh.
where you just make yourself as like boring and neutral as possible around them, and you don't give them anything to like glom onto, to insult you about, to gossip about. So if somebody goes, "Hey, how's it going? Good. How's work? Fine," you just act polite and boring.
Let's act it out. You be a narcissist, and I'll be Liz.
What's
I
a
have anxiety
narcissist?
just thinking about someone doing this.
Just ask me how I'm doing.
Hey man, what's up? What's going on? How you doing?
Good.
So how was work?
It's good.
What did you do this weekend?
I can't do it. I can't.
You can't
I have
even-
to start wanting to talk. I'm too charismatic. I can't do it. You Gray Rock 'em. You Gray Rock 'em.
Okay,
Hey, what's up?
not much.
How you doing? What's going on?
Nothing.
How was the weekend?
Fine.
You guys went away, right?
We were hanging out.
She got him! Gray Rock! Getting Gray Rock! You got him! Give me some. You look like a fool. You can't keep going. She Gray Rocked you.
I could have. I would have called out that we were hanging out bullshit. I didn't
What would you have
understand
said?
that meant. I would have been like, hang out. You guys went to Big Bear. I know you went to Big Bear.
We're hanging out in Big Bear.
I would have done a soliloquy.
Oh, God. She didn't get me.
There's nothing. You can't beat Liz with the Gray Rock.
Anyway, that's so.
Is that a
that's,
term or did you
it's
make
a term.
up that?
No, I didn't make it up. It's a term. Like it's specifically if you're dealing with somebody with narcissistic personality disorder.
Two words or two terms I've never heard of.
Yulia.
And
What was the
You're so smart.
What was the number thing again?
dyscalculia.
Dyscalculia.
Yeah, just said it.
Two phrases you
Yeah, you
told
did.
me.
You did just say
two
it.
I've forgotten immediately.
Grey Rock Town. Did you add town?
He did.
Yeah,
did.
That feels like it.
Where
That's
are
an
you
Eric
from?
thing. I'm from Long Island.
Heard of it? What part?
Williston Park. It's in Nassau County near New Hyde Park in Mineola.
Okay.
If you're familiar.
Kind of.
It's like 20, 30 minutes outside the city.
I'd say about 25.
Sure.
Having done it
Depends on the
many
traffic.
times.
Long Island brings up so much stuff for me.
Why?
We've talked about this.
Did we?
I think so. Because it's just like,
What does it bring up?
well, all of my. Do I talk about my parents' friends on a podcast on the internet? All of my parents' friends
Or from Long Island?
Queens moved to Long
So I
Island.
know, okay, I know the
and
type.
so
yeah.
we would always go to like bar mitzvahs or bat mitzvahs. And I had a complex because every time I showed up, I was the only one with curly hair. Notoriously, Jews have curly hair.
But they all were
all flat iron. It
ironing
was like a straight hair thing, and I would be stared at.
And that,
I'm
like,
just like, there's the
yeah.
Connecticut girl. She doesn't know the Long Island
it was
rules.
called like Japanese straightening was all
Yep.
the rage in
And then they would get those
2006 Long
frizzy
Island.
roots, and I would
Yeah.
be like, you can't hide it. Just embrace who you are.
It's true.
And then the millionaire matchmaker was like, men don't like curly-haired
Right.
women. I was like, why do we?
That's not true.
Thank you. I agree.
That's not
I
true.
know.
That's
I
a
know.
lie. Who's this millionaire matchmaker guy? Who's this?
Lady. It's a lady.
Lady.
A Jewish
Well, who
lady
is
who
she?
straightened her hair. She's a millionaire matchmaker.
But what is what?
She had a show on Bravo.
Oh, so she was a TV.
TV personality.
But if anyone came in with curly hair, she was like, go off, get it straightened before you come back and meet any of my men.
Oh, jeez.
Do you remember?
I do remember.
What's up with that? Oh, it was self-hating, self-curly hair
Yeah.
lady?
Well, I mean, it's like, I do think people with whatever type of hair,
Curly
like
hair's
whatever.
coming back though. Like
hair's
it's
coming back.
all like the curly girl method. It's like a whole thing now.
They were
I
great.
think everybody should just feel free to be who they are in the moment and live their own truth.
Clip that. Here on Podcast Heaven, Eric finally opened up.
God. No, of course. Just wear your hair however you're gonna fucking wear it.
Sure.
And if somebody's gonna be a douchebag about it, then you shouldn't hook up with them.
Did you guys get quiet because it's like, this is annoying women's shirt, or because you were like, I don't
Probably 'cause
relate?
it's
I got
annoying
quiet because it's
women
annoying
shit.
women
We're
shit.
talking
But what
about
did
hair.
you? But what did you
I think so too. I just, yeah.
I was actually wonder. I was like, why don't I want to participate in this? And I think it was because it was like I felt like it's above my, it's just totally above my pay grade to talk about the hair of women.
Yeah, I mean, like above your pay grade. Isn't it just like taste? Can't you like say what you want? Right?
With hair?
Yeah, curly or straight. Isn't that just taste? Aren't we talking about?
It's like somebody's taste.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're attracted to what you're attracted
Right.
to.
So-
also, you want to wear your hair the way you want to wear it. Like if it's super like laborious to uncurl your hair, it's like you don't want to do that every day. What I say?
Uncurl is silly.
What's wrong with
You're a
un-
silly man who
What-
doesn't know about things.
What's wrong with uncurl your hair? Straighten your hair? Jesus, I didn't know it was with the fucking curling hair Nazis on my podcast.
If men were that reactive to women when they got like a sports term wrong, I feel like we'd be murdered immediately.
If I just
Oh God!
if I made you feel like a fool for thinking the hockey team in San Jose was the Panthers,
Sharks.
you got it. There you go, buddy.
That's all I know. I just had to yell it out.
It's the Sharks, San Jose Sharks.
Templar
Teal, black, and gray.
Now you guys have
Those
quieted
are the
down.
colors. Yeah. Look at that.
I don't know how, but we
Turn the
lost.
tables on you there, didn't we?
Eric, I don't know how, but we seem to have lost the ladies.
I am the only person who listened to every episode of Bring in the Backups. I know
You
all
are
of
the
Eric's
only-
favorite uniform colors.
You are. Can you name my top 3 uniform colors? Can you?
Well, I mean, Kelly Green, baby.
Kelly
You gotta
Green,
go Kelly
Bella,
Green.
number
all
one,
day.
Kelly Green.
Number one is
Oh my
Kelly Green.
God.
I do not know the others. I assume it's
Dolphins.
not the Cowboys because we hate the Cowboys or
Wait,
Dolphins.
Dolphins have great uniforms. You like Dolphins uniforms?
Dolphins
Dude,
were my
it's also the
backup team for a
girliest
while.
team.
And
It is girly.
It is the
Probably-
girliest
yeah,
team,
it's
but
pretty girly.
and they kind of run like they don't run like a ground and pound game. You
No,
know,
I
they're
don't care
they're-
about that.
Delicate air game. These
They're more
days.
of a they're more of a finesse
Finesse
team.
Yeah.
They ask each other how they're feeling after the
They
game.
uncurl their arms.
Tyreek doesn't even get touched. That's like he's like
He's like, I don't want to be hit. Yeah, it's they are definitely their style of play fits their uniform. I'd say just so in case somebody asks you moving forward.
Yeah.
I'd say probably Eagles,
Good ranking. I'm glad we're ranking.
Dolphins.
Are Eagles Kelly Green though?
Eagles,
No.
well, it's their
Classic.
alternate.
Oh, okay.
They're
And he
alternate
can
class.
only go back to Kelly Green like when he was a child.
Like Jets
Yeah,
are more Kelly
well, what
Green,
you're saying
right?
like it's a joke, but it's what they should do. They should do everything the way it was when I was 8. That would be better.
Okay, wait. Kelly Green, then the Dolphins, meaning like turquoise
Had
and
I ever
orange.
heard
I
the
just
term-
I like their uniforms now. And then I'd say like throwback Buccaneers are probably my third favorite. The creamsicle.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. I didn't know about the
Pirate.
creamsicle.
That's
I
the
forgot about
best
the
uniform.
creamsicle.
Yeah, okay.
But you always like it when there's a touch of yellow in a uniform.
I do like a touch of yellow. The Chargers went too far.
This is man shit.
This is Eric shit.
I will say this. This is nobody shit. I had a podcast that used to talk about this stuff, and nobody listened.
Except for Meredith.
Except for you, yeah. Oddly, yeah. You.
What about the Bills? Do you like the Bills colors?
I like the old red lids.
Yeah, sure,
Like, yeah,
sure,
just
sure.
everything
Year
they
classic.
wore. Everything they wore in '95. Any team.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
There's very few
Yeah.
teams that have improved their uniform.
You know, my mom, Bills fan. Have we ever talked about this?
I'm not sure.
Because she
Maybe.
said they're the only real New York team.
Yeah.
They are the only real New York team.
It's true.
And the New Jersey Devils are the only New Jersey team to have the stones
To say they're
to
from
say
New
they're from
Jersey.
Jersey. Everybody else pretends to be from New York,
Yeah.
but they're not.
They're not.
Jersey.
But I'm a Giants fan.
Wait. What do you mean? Everyone else pretends.
There's-
Giants,
there-
Jets.
Giants,
Jets play
Oh,
in
right,
Jersey.
right.
Yeah.
But what the Devils though? Are we talking hockey now?
Well, we're talking any team, any professional sports team. New Jersey
The
has.
Long Islanders they're playing in Long Island, right?
Liz just checked her phone.
Do they still play on Long Island?
I don't know.
You check your phone. This
I outed you immediately. I threw you right under the
No,
bus.
I saw it from the
I'm
corner of
so
my eye.
sorry.
It brings up a
I'm
good
no- I just
point.
tell
What
it like
time
it
is it?
is.
And when can I leave? Like, I like how you tried to slyly do it, not knowing.
No,
or
I've
like,
checked it multiple times shamelessly.
Okay.
Why are you checking your
Because
phone?
I want to know what the vote is. We don't
What's
have to
the
get
vote?
into it. The SAG-AFTRA contract ratification vote.
I thought she was gray rocking your podcast.
She kind of is. Checking the
I'm
phone.
very engaged.
Now the gray rocking bit was great, but the checking of the phone, you just
What's the vote?
You just
I
check
don't
in.
know. I'm waiting. I'm
what
just
do we
checking
think
for a
the vote is gonna be?
notification. I don't know.
Man. Should you predict both sides right now so that way he can cut it? And
We
make you
cannot
right?
talk about this on the podcast. It's hard for me. We can't talk about this on the podcast.
I took a math class in college.
because you're a SAG
calculus?
representative.
I am a
What?
SAG representative.
I'm just changing it back to another topic to be helpful.
That is helpful.
yeah, anytime.
No, now I feel weird that I changed the topic so abruptly.
Good.
No, he just
It's too much. I
it
can't.
depresses him.
It depresses me. I'm depressed about the AI thing. I find a lot of actors annoying, so it's like I'm rooting for them,
doesn't
but they
like
also
activism.
get on my nerves. Sure, I don't really like activism.
What do you think of robot activists?
What do you mean? Like,
You know the Uber delivery robots? They're like, let us be in
I want
movies.
to when those things come down the fucking way.
No,
I
it's
want to
true.
kick them into traffic. I hate it.
Why aren't more people doing that? Like,
Why doesn't everybody do that?
Can I
Because
ask-
they'll fucking sue you.
will they?
Yes.
That's the question. Because right now they're so low and they cross streets. So if you
They
make
could
a
trip
right,
someone.
yes, if you make a right into them with your car, who's at fault? That's what I want to know. Because they're not
that's true.
pedestrians.
Yeah.
and they're not tall enough to like.
Yeah, I have to yield right of way to this fucking robot crossing the
like, what are we
street.
and also, when I cross the street, I don't hope the robots aren't listening because I've been trying not to say this in front of them.
shouldn't.
But when I was crossing the street and a robot was coming toward me, I just stopped to see if it would go around me. Didn't. I had to go around it. What if I had difficulty walking? I'm
I
going
know.
around
I was
the
just gonna
robot.
crash into you.
I'm making way for the robot.
It's
Are you
insane.
serious?
I like
It's
it.
insane.
I don't like it.
And what happens if you do crash into it? How does that guy get his cranberry gorgonzola salad?
Rob wants to order from the robots so bad, and I'm like, look,
Your husband
Rob
is
loves it. I can't. I can't
he's
go-
into the goo.
He's into the goo.
He's into the goo.
which goo?
What does that
the
mean?
Matrix
fucking
goo.
Matrix goo. Where Neo wakes up
To be
and he's
fair,
like,
though,
love
like
it.
I'm in them. I would, if I was given that choice, I'd be like, great, put me back in the goo. I don't
Yeah.
want to know. But as we're like entering, I'm
Right.
resisting the goo. But if
Right.
I'm in the goo already, I'm gonna go back in the goo.
Right.
I'm never going into the goo. I hope it
You're
never
in the goo.
I hope it never comes to that. Otherwise, we
following
have to make a decision.
Andrew's
Liz and I.
wife is very anti-goo. I feel like I'm following your wife if we ever have like a goo, no goo situation.
And I'm very pro goo.
I do like calling it no goo. It's like no go.
Or to me, it sounds like
Goo,
no
no
boo.
goo?
No boo.
No goo. But like your wife would like know how to do laundry in like open air and like make cheese and
She's
stuff.
just drying stuff on a dry.
What?
Know how to
Yeah,
do
we're like,
it.
she's so connected to the earth.
She would know like what berries to eat and stuff.
Yeah, that's very helpful.
Would she? I know which berries to eat. You just, whatever they're selling at Trader Joe's.
My wife just planted beans in our yard, And I don't know why she wanted to do beans, but she did. She grew a bean. She brought in yesterday a giant bean pod, and it smelled so bad that we had to throw it out. Like, she opened it up, 2 like giant, beautiful looking beans, and they smelled like fucking death.
Oh man.
Yeah. What was the what is like?
I don't know
What
why.
kind of beans?
She said the name, and no, they were a name I had never even heard of.
I thought it was banana.
Banana
bean?
bean?
It was so big.
Yeah, it's big.
It was a giant
big
bean?
pod.
I've never once eaten a giant bean the size of a banana. What bean could that possibly have been?
It was. If I could get to my phone, I'd text her and ask. But you're not allowed.
Never has the access denied access to the phones been such an issue on a podcast. It's come up with you guys so much.
Well, I guess it's a goo pot. We're goo people.
You guys are you're a little gooed up.
I'm pro goo for sure.
You're in.
Goo me in.
I'm not. Here's the thing. I would die immediately without the goo, but I like to think of myself as no goo.
Fighting in the what's it called?
I think I would do better than a 38-year-old fat dude should do, having to fight for his life in a non-goo apocalypse.
If you're in Wall-E,
I can anger my way through at least a couple extra
could.
weeks.
Yeah, I could.
I believe
I'd
it.
be dead immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
but if you're in a Wall-E situation, like people on the ship or trash people, which one are you choosing?
Well,
Because
I'm
that's a
gonna
goo.
be a
number.
person on
you
the
gotta be a
ship.
person on the ship. You
But
can't
that's
be
a
alone.
goo. You're choosing goo.
It is a goo.
Yeah, but that's also choosing like my own thoughts or fucking human interaction. Very, very hard. It's a different conversation. Goo, no goo, or ship, Wall-E.
Because
Or
you're
like
interacting with people.
unlivable Earth, or
Right.
because the Earth was uninhabitable at that point. So you're choosing survival or no survival.
so is the Matrix.
Matrix Earth is survivable, right? They have to live in that cave where
No,
they
but
dance
they
with the
survive
waves.
together. The whole point is you still got friends. You got your ship. Like that's
But you
fun.
can have friends in the Matrix. Those are real people.
No.
Aren't
They're
they real people
No,
that
they go and they turn into the fucking agents. They're not real.
Yeah, everyone's like hooked up to the goo, and they're basically hallucinating their
Yeah.
reality
But aren't they hallucinating their reality with other people in that
in that same reality.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
but-
it's like they're in a metaverse. We're not talking about like everyone is hallucinating and everything they're interacting with is fake. They're like on the internet.
No, but it's
Right.
but it's not
Right?
a real.
I think so.
What would you rather like?
do not like
Would
the
you rather laugh with somebody in a hallucinogenic dream, or just be like in the bowels of a sick ship, like with like those little things that are hunting you, and you're trying to be quiet, and then hear that
Gordon.
the dog just
Did you hear
farted?
that?
Yeah,
you
I
hear
heard
that moment? If that dog farted in our Matrix ship while we were waiting,
Gordon.
we had to like stifle our laughter. That's a laugh you remember.
But
I don't want a hallucinogenic
What if there's a
That's
Matrix
all I
laugh. The dog farted. Can I do it again?
I think that there could be a dog fart in the Matrix. I think that you're getting the same hilarity.
No.
See, here's the thing. If it was specifically the Matrix, it was like red pill or blue pill, I'm going, oh, blue pill, and I'll just know it's all fake, and I'll never be stressed ever again.
Ooh, I love it.
But I'm not
Which
going to
one's the blue
fight to
pill?
free. Red pill is like you know the truth, and you're going to like fight to release everyone from the Matrix, right?
I think I just want to fight.
Then
I
blue
mean,
pill is you go
What's
back.
what's the point of all the angst if I never get to just fight?
Well, I want to
Like-
fight at the beginning. Like if the Earth is already uninhabitable, I feel like what are we doing? But if it's like at the beginning and we're like we could save the Earth, I think you and I are fighting to save the Earth.
I think fighting
Well,
to save the earth.
global warming is upon us, and
We already fixed the ozone layer. Do you guys know about that?
did we?
I looked it up the other day. 'cause I
That's
was like, we used
great.
to talk about the ozone layer all
That's
the time.
fantastic.
It's
Yeah.
fixed.
Well, that's they've been saying things are very bad for a long time.
We are
and I
going
do
to run
think
out
they
of
are.
clean
I'm not
drinking
denying
water
it.
in like 15 years.
What are we running out
Remember
of?
when I looked up like how much
water.
clean drinking water there is left, and it's like we have 15 years worth of clean drinking water.
Look,
We're running out of helium, and
let-
we need helium for important things, and we still make kids balloons
Okay.
out of it.
This is hilarious. First off, everybody here is drinking bottled water. Nobody was like,
It's true.
could you do
I
it in a
don't- I
fucking
have
wooden
said
craft,
I am
please?
against you buying these bottles of water.
Well, I do it to feel closer to my mom. That's
Who is a bottle of
Rob
water?
told me that, by the way. You know,
he does.
you know, you remember Rob?
Rob, my husband.
Yeah.
The man.
The man,
Because
the
you-
man, the manly man. You hear him fart.
Your dog is shitting on the floor over here.
He's not shitting.
Oh my God.
But it sounded like
Should add in the
it
sound effect.
sounded like a full shit.
He came so close to you to fart and then went far away from his own fart. Like, I don't want to be near that.
Rob dusted all
Oh
of
my
us.
God. It's
Talking
gonna.
about your
Oh my
farts,
God, I
Gordon.
smell
It's
it.
good. I smell it too.
Oh, I'm glad it's
bad.
that way.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Gordon, did you just clear out the fucking room?
Yeah, he
Dude.
walked away from his own stinky fart.
You know what?
buddy.
It's almost an hour. Gordon's like hard out.
Gordon respects the hard out. We are exactly at an hour.
Gordon
He's
knows.
like, get the fuck out and take me on a walk. Guys, this was super fun.
Come here, bud.
You were giving me shit that I have 3 people on the podcast
was a
plus
great
me.
time.
This is a great time.
great time.
Are you still going to apologize to us afterwards?
Definitely.
You shouldn't. You should feel good about what you've done, the work you've done here. This has brought a lot of joy to people. Maybe 15 to 20 people.
That's pretty good.
That's
Including
not too
me.
bad.
No, that's great.
You gonna start a podcast?
Maybe.
He's my producer.
I'd like to commend Andrew for his interviewing skills. He was asking me a lot of follow-up questions and seemed interested in what I was.
Thank you.
Unlike,
Unlike me? What are you talking about? I queued you up for Grey Rock. I queued you up for bits.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna interview
That's
you.
true. That's
I mean,
fair.
I already know.
Yeah.
all
Yeah, it
this.
was stupid of me.
As he was asking, by the way, as he was asking questions, I knew all the answers.
Well, I would hope so.
Because you're
Yeah.
married to her.
Yeah.
No, you bring up a good point. Next time I have a question for her, I should just ask you.
Oh.
And if you have a question about me, you should ask her. I bet she would know.
Yeah.
Try it right now. Let's try that real quick, and then we'll get out
What
of here.
are his favorite uniform colors?
Come on.
Kelly Green,
Really challenge her. Don't give her a fucking layup.
Dolphins, and Buccaneers.
No, this is bullshit.
Old Buccaneers.
No, you're gonna give me a hard one. Give her a real one, and then give me a real one.
Okay. What's the name of Eric's high school?
Bishop O'Connell.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Eric, did you remember that?
Yeah.
How many
I'm so fucking terrified. I'm not gonna know the answer.
how many
Remember you.
cousins does Liz have?
Oh, I don't think you know the answer to
Cousins?
Is that a hard one or no? It's a number that he can figure out. That he
I
should
can
know.
figure it out.
Good. This is good.
Yeah,
That's a good way to
Thank
end the
you.
Are you going to come up with a question for me about you?
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
that.
Like first cousins.
Actually, I don't even know off the top of my head. I have to start counting.
yeah.
First cousins?
First cousins.
Yeah. Not second cousins once removed. Like first cousins.
Too much.
8.
Oh my
That must have been
Yeah.
picked up by the fucking
That was a fart.
mics, right?
It sounded
Somebody-
like Liz was farting, though, to join
somebody
in
heard
with
that.
Gordon.
I thought it was you.
It definitely looked like it was
genuinely
Liz.
thought it was you.
Yo.
It was coming right from
This
Liz's
is
butt.
This is why I got a great dog.
God. It was
This is why I got a great dog.
My
He
butt.
farted to get me out of this because I don't know how many
Just
the
pick an
exact
older.
Oh my
number.
God, Gordon. That's
All right, we gotta end. He is gonna shit himself. We gotta get out of here.
Oh my God.
Do you guys wanna? We gotta go. The time is now. Where can people find you, Meredith? You go first.
You could find me at Meredith Hackman Comedy on Instagram and come see my live show, I Need Attention Comedy, which is monthly, but I don't know when the next one is. Sometime in January, hopefully.
But there's an Instagram handle
Oh,
for
yes.
that, right?
You can go to I Need Attention Comedy on Instagram and find out all the dates and who's performing. And all the people here have performed. They're very talented. It's a great show. And I'm a great host. I'm great to be around.
Ooh,
I think 98% of people who meet me want to see me again.
Wow.
Until they see me again and they're like, I got to get out of this.
I bet the 2% who see you and don't want to hang out with you are the 2% who do want to hang out with me.
That makes sense. You guys are just
Venn diagram.
Yeah, we just hang out together.
Which we do.
Yeah.
Andrew YG, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
Check out those
Facebook message me if you want to get in touch.
check out those stand-up clips you've been posting.
yeah. I mean, I'm going hog wild. So
He's letting those babies ride.
Yeah.
90 seconds of comedy every time. It's good. You posting half the clip.
too long?
Too long. Sorry, I don't know why I'm doing this.
Why are you doing that? Why even fucking ask me? Like I wanted. Was I like, please let me fucking talk about my social media?
All right.
Do people DM you though? I want to be DM'd. No one
DM
ever
me?
DMs me.
No, every now and again, a gorgeous woman will DM me and tell me to follow her.
Oh.
But,
I get those too.
no one
like,
DMs
what?
me. Yeah, no one DMs me.
Liz,
I have 6 first cousins.
you have
I
6
did
first
the math.
cousins. Okay.
Liz Galalis across all social media platforms. Done.
Great.
Great.
Guys, thanks for doing the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
You bet.